Hopefully we're coming through loud and clear. And yeah, Merry Christmas. Even though it's a few days after Christmas, it's still the
You
thing to
don't want to
say,
say it,
isn't
do
it?
you,
Yeah.
Twixmas?
Oh, I need to mute my laptop, otherwise we're going to be blaring out of it. In fact, let's bring the chat out into a separate window is probably the way to play this.
Yeah. Please excuse if I'm looking down. It's because my phone is in my lap so that I can keep an eye on the chat as well.
Yeah, and I can't find a thing to get the chat window out. Oh, well,
That's helpful.
that seems to have vanished. Marvellous. Okay, well, we'll just ignore that and carry on. But yeah, hope you had a great Christmas, everyone. It's been very enjoyable for us, just us two and the HubNuts. No hublets for this Christmas.
No, not this Christmas.
But they're coming back soon. And
yes.
We are looking forward to that very much.
And all we've kind of done really is not very much.
Yeah, we've just been chilling and watching telly. It's been marvellous. No making videos. It's been, yeah, very, very enjoyable. Indeed. Hello from inside a Mark 1 Focus. Hello.
Very cool.
Oh, was that the one that was on Twitter that's got a HubNut sticker in it? There's a couple of people over in Europe have posted photos of their HubNut stickers in a Focus in a few days, which is just brilliant. Bring it on. Someone's already got the Christian tree. I think they mean Christmas down already.
I know. Some people do Boxing
we haven't.
Day.
That's our tree down.
We haven't. I'm an epiphany kind of.
Yeah. Hi, great. Yeah, all the comments coming in already. But we thought we'd have a bit of a talk about what we've got coming up.
Yeah.
We've already done one little teaser, the one with Whiteland Restorations, and there's more content around that as well. So if you head to Whiteland Restorations channel, you will be able to see probably tomorrow. Do you think today's Tuesday, isn't it?
Yes.
We're in that period where no one knows what day it is.
Yeah, it is Tuesday. I had to think then.
On Wednesday, I think they're putting out a midweek chat with us.
Yeah.
Which is very pleasant. Nice. And I wore an entirely different ensemble.
You did, a different Christmas jumper.
Yeah.
So there seems to be lots of questions popping by. How is Shemi doing now? Shemi is one of the things we need to talk about.
Yeah.
So our good friends at Whiteland, we took the manifold there, didn't we?
We did.
We took the original manifold from the original engine with the original sensors, because we know those sensors worked. Yeah. Hopefully they still work. And Lewis worked his magic.
He did. Yeah. In fact, Whiteland Restorations are in the chat. They're saying hello from Anglesey.
Hi. Oh.
So, hello.
Oh, you've migrated up Wales.
Yeah. Can't get much further up Wales than Anglesey.
No. But yeah, massive thanks, and please, within the next few days, we'll be, doing the Shemi thing, and hopefully that will be the last of the Shemi situation, and she will run and she will be MOT'd, and I will get a driving license.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully that's it. We're hoping to be on Shemi tomorrow. That manifold is sat outside in Miss Daisy at the moment. And hello
from holiday in
Milano.
Italy.
Yeah,
Oh,
Johan.
how lovely.
Yeah, and thank you for being a basic HubNutter. Thank you very much, Daniel Chapman. That's very kind of you.
Oh, Worthing, my family live not very far from you at all.
Yeah. Oh, important question here, Sid 3300. Is Betty going back to the AU Ford specialist for the suspension stuff? That's one of the aims.
Is he here to swear at?
I think he's having a very family Christmas. But yeah, Mr. Kitch down at Up and Down Videos in Sussex. We could go and visit him. He loves working on Betty.
That car.
Loves
it.
Yeah.
It's funny, bless him. He's got two running jokes. One is the SM. Did you know he had one?
I had no idea. No, he never mentions it.
No. And the second is that he has a love for a certain Aussie Ford.
Yeah.
And it's the UK specialist.
In truth, I think I can hopefully do the work myself. Although the spring compressors are involved, and I'm running a mile.
Yeah, I'm a bit scared of those.
Yeah, don't like them at all. But yeah, I don't know what's involved with that job. But first step is to get all the bits, which are going to have to come from Australia. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Firestorm. That's very kind of you. Wearing his Triangle of Doom shirt in Oregon.
Excellent.
Yeah, Firestorm doesn't really sum up America at the moment. It's more snowstorm.
Isn't Oregon one of the affected states? Is it not?
I don't know. Let us know. How are things in Oregon at the moment?
Yeah, and somebody's just mentioned a very wet and windy Wales. It is indeed a very wet and windy Wales.
It hasn't been too bad here.
Oh, it has. Today was miserable.
Oh, mostly been indoors.
Oh, congratulations on 2 years of being a channel member, James.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you very much.
Buy some cars again. That's something I would like to be doing.
We might buy some cars. There is the whole wedding car situation to take into consideration.
Yeah.
At which point I'm sure the chat's going to go, it should be Ellie, it should be Betty.
Yeah. Oh, Whiteland Restorations have confirmed the chat episode is coming
Tomorrow.
Wednesday, so that is
Excellent.
tomorrow. So
That was really good fun. We went and we all sat round, didn't we, and had a chat.
yeah, just had a natter.
Yeah, it was lovely.
It's lovely. Yeah. So that will be coming soon.
Hmm.
But yeah, as you will have seen in the previous video, we're obviously taking Miss Daisy the Daihatsu to Whiteland at some point in January, hopefully, where we hope to be clued up on how to restore bodywork. So I'm very excited.
I'm really,
about this.
really excited to learn that. Really, really excited.
Cullux's YouTube channel. Did you like the Fiat 128 Coupe? I've never driven a 128. I don't think I've driven a 127, but yeah, 128. I would love to do some more Fiats. That'd be really good.
Thank you, Revolution One.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And a Merry Hubmas to you too.
Yeah, on Kai's in the
hello,
chat as well.
Icy Norway.
Hello, Norway. Yeah, don't envy you.
Ah, there we go. The Silver Mark 1 Focus all the way from Greece.
Excellent, super.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Very cool.
James French, did I review a P76 with the overhead cam 6? No, I only drove the V8 one, but I did drive a Marina with that 2.6 6-cylinder. Daniel's become a basic HubNut. Thank you very much.
Jumper. Very cool.
Yeah.
Foxanne doing very, very well over on Foxanne's Follies. You can follow her progress. She's having the adventures that she really, really needed.
Yeah.
Isn't she?
Yeah.
Please say hi to Joanne and Phil in Keswick. Big fans.
Hello, Joanne
and
Phil.
Joanne and Phil in Keswick.
Yeah. Has anyone put the 2.6 into a Princess? Someone needs to do that if it hasn't happened already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we seem to have a lot of the Wirral and Merseyside in tonight, which is nice. How are the kids? What did they say about your recent engagement?
Oh.
They are very excited. They are very, very excited.
Yeah, the novelty
It's
of going,
lovely.
ooh, look at my ring, hasn't quite worn off
No,
yet.
it hasn't. Ooh, look, we made these.
Yeah, that was good fun. So if you haven't seen that yet over on the Hub Notes, yes, we have got engaged. And we made the rings ourselves. So you can head over to Hub Notes and see a little bit. We didn't film it because
Vanessa Miller, the jeweler's peg, wasn't it, in the jewellery quarter?
Yeah.
And it was a bit, there was some really strange coincidences. So my surname is Spencer, which obviously the discussion of what our surname is going to be is coming up. And it was on Spencer Street, and my parents used to be cobblers, and there in the middle of this jeweller's workshop was a cobbler's tool, so it was almost fated. It was very much fated to be.
Yeah, very much good fun. So people asking when the big day is. We haven't got that far yet. No, we're just having the initial excitement.
And with regards to the wedding car zoo, there are lots of ideas. One was that we buy a car and we do it up for the wedding, wasn't it?
What could possibly go wrong?
Another one, can you imagine?
Yeah, we have to push it in.
Yeah, roll it in. It's going under its own steam.
Yeah.
One is that we get the whole fleet there somehow.
Which would be exciting.
Another one is that we get a car show, basically.
Yeah. Have a bit of a car show.
A wedding car show. Because it feels like, you know.
Thank you, Nigel. That was very kind.
Oh, hello from Ilfracombe. Hi, Nigel. Yes. So, yeah, there's lots and lots of thoughts on it. And, of course, everybody's been very good to us. So, if there is a way that we can involve everybody in the whole wedding situation, we would like to do that. We're both second time round, so it's not going to be traditional by any way, shape or form.
No. It should be a very exciting and interesting experience. We have no idea how it's going to go or what we're going to do. No idea at all. That's the exciting bit.
HubNut.
Yeah. We've got loads of questions pinging in.
Oh.
David the Hillbilly's here in Ohio. It sounds like he hasn't had it too bad in his corner, but I think some of Ohio has been very badly hit.
I just seen we've got Amber from Driven 24/7 and her dad's in here somewhere as well. So hi guys.
Yep, hello.
Saw your Christmas photos. Looks absolutely lovely.
Someone's seen a Fiat Stilo for sale. Ooh, not many of those about.
No.
Meant to be okay cars.
I can eat cake anytime if that is any help to you both.
Oh, Adrian M is feeling out of place without a costume. Yeah, but you're in Australia where it's nice and warm at least, so you wouldn't want to be wearing all your.
Was it Adrian that was saying about it being 35 degrees or something?
I think it might have been.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, HubNut Stag Do sounds like a blast. I see Driven 24/7 is asking, do you like
Carlo.
the Ami? I happen to know that an Ami, a brand new Ami, has just joined their family. How are you finding it, guys? I think you've got videos up already. We'll have to have a look.
Is the Rode mic receiver connected? Sound is a bit echoey. Yeah, I think so. Let's just check all of our connections because
this is always
the joy of Rode. Yeah, everything's in. I think it might just be because we're sat in our sitting room, and it is a bit.
It is a
echoey.
bit echoey in here. It's quite a big space. Have we said thank you to Carlo?
I have, yes. Thank you, Carlo.
Excellent.
That's
Thank
very
you,
kind
Carlo.
of you. Oh, someone's got a Hillman Avenger Tiger. Nice. I used to be able to remember the differences between Tiger 1 and Tiger 2. One of them's got rectangular headlamps and one of them double, I think, if I remember rightly. But I love all the Avengers.
I'm taking notes as I've just bought the same mic setup. The only thing I will say, and you will get obsessive about it, is keep checking the connections.
Yeah,
it is very good. The sound quality is good. It takes out a lot of the background noise, but just keep checking those connections.
Yeah, the other thing is I think Whiteland have discovered is you have to change the settings so it's merged.
Yeah.
So it records both of them together. Oh, Paige Greer, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Driven 24/7 asking if we've made plans for shows and stuff. We're almost certain to do Festival of the Unexceptional. Tickets are on sale for that. And
Superb
Radwood.
event.
I want to take you to Radwood because you missed a
I'd love
blinder
it.
of an event.
And I have an awesome coat to go. Yes.
Sadly, we're not going to make the 2CV World meeting, which is in Switzerland. Thank you very much, Peter.
There is an idea for a big HubNut social integrated into something else.
Yeah.
But we won't go into that too much.
No,
and of course,
until that's
you're
all
likely
finalised.
to do the NEC again, aren't you?
Yeah, we'll be at the restoration show in March, hopefully.
So
I think it's March. And then, obviously, November for the end of season one.
Oh, what? CX Safari Estate. Been off the road for 20 years going free.
I don't remember mentioning World Transport Museum, but I've never been there, so I'm all up for visiting museums I've never been to.
Does Miss Daisy start out with Hello Happy? No, she doesn't. I think that was kind of because I've tried to look and see if other Daihatsus do it, and I think it was exclusive to that charade. And the other thing is that when Shemi says "see you, goodbye," the "bye" hasn't got an e on it, and
Thank you, Dominic.
Not because Shemi's broken. They've just said goodbye with BY as opposed to BYE.
Yeah, I think they couldn't quite make the E work, so they didn't.
So they didn't bother.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dominic. That's really kind. Oh, Thailand. Where are we thinking of going on holiday? We're actually going to Mallorca again next year because the Hublets were quite bitter about the fact we didn't take them.
We had such a lovely time.
So we're going to take them this year. As regards to a honeymoon, we don't know yet.
No. But we do have a general desire, especially in the school holidays over the summer, to go travelling big time.
Yeah.
Robbie Yates.
Oh, thank you, Robbie Yates. Any more episodes from Miss HubNut? Yeah, it's just time is the only thing.
Yeah, and it gets more difficult. We're starting to knock off more places that are nearby. It means we've then got to travel that much further.
Yeah, and I want to do somewhere that's quite close to us, but somebody says I'm not allowed.
No, it's our secret. Yeah.
Yeah, Aberystwyth is awesome. There's loads of history. I think, to be honest, there's probably a second video in Aberystwyth. We didn't go at Consti, did we?
No, we could go there.
Yeah, there's loads we could do.
So many eateries in Aberystwyth.
So, yeah, hopefully in the next year we will get some more out there. We need to kind of set a timetable and actually do some, because I love doing them, and I love that you love watching them, so thank you.
Finley's asking about 100k plans, which is awkward because there aren't any. No, there's a few. I've been trying a few things. Nothing has quite landed for that yet, but I think we're at the current rate. We're probably only a month and a half away from achieving that. So that's going to be a big thing for next year. Oh, thank you, Martin. Good evening.
Thank you. Sid, I think you might have asked this question a couple of times. Sometimes things get a bit lost in the flow. Any updates on former HubNut cars? Foxanne is Foxanne's Follies now. She's doing fantastic.
Matt the Pink over on Fuel Power.
Yeah, he's got two Sarnas now.
He's got two Yugo
Sarnas.
Yeah, and he's hoping to get both of them going.
Which is brilliant. Slightly sadder update on the Camry.
Yeah, the Camry was being repaired, but a replacement engine arrived for it, and then that engine proved to be no good, so was sent back. So then they were trying to rebuild the engine that's in it. I fear that has stalled quite a lot, and then we saw it up for sale at like a reclamation sale, wasn't it, where it's been recovered from somewhere, no longer has the keys with it. So we don't know what's gone on, but it did pop up for auction. So we'll see if anything happens to that one. There are some other questions. I'm trying to catch the questions. They're pinging all over the place.
Suggestions of buses for the 100k. The Bova Futura keeps popping up.
Yeah, Bova Futura is definitely one I want to drive. But MCW Metro Bus Mark 1 would be a proper hit, especially if I can find a West Midlands one.
Do you ever participate in the Pembrokeshire Car Club annual rally?
Yes. Yeah, we did last year, didn't we?
No, we've done Cardigan. We haven't done Pembrokeshire. Remember?
Yeah, we've done Pembrokeshire. Yeah, we went to it. We
Was that their rally?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we did that. It's good.
Yeah, really good rally.
We'll do that again.
They seem to do loads of road runs as well, so we should try and get in touch with them. But there's a lot going on in Ceredigion where we are at the moment. Lots of new clubs and forums pinging up. Not forums, Facebook groups and the like.
Any
doing
ideas on
different
booking
events.
a driving test? Shemi, I need Shemi first. I know we've been dabbling in Bella, but Shemi is the one. So once Shemi is back on the road, then we'll start to make real progress with that.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, this is really irritating.
It's all right.
Things are pinging so quick. Things are going into my head and then falling straight back out.
100k special should definitely be caravan related. I agree. I'm joking. Just had my first Japanese car. That's Griffey. The heater and AC is amazing and rattles less than my new Abarth. Yeah, they are very good. They are very good, aren't they?
Indecisive is asking if Bella's still running rough. I don't know. I parked her up before Christmas and left her there. That's fixed it. Yes, you're not running rough anymore.
That's the same as fixing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bella is still running rough. And it's
we've got a few things to try.
you're going to get a new math sensor.
Yeah,
aren't you?
Ruben, who's been popping up on the Car and Classic website, helping with their amazing Rover 827 project, which has just come to an end. He's been pinging me some ideas. A few other people have mentioned things. The problem is everyone is listing, oh, it could be this, it could be this, it could be this, and it's like, well, where do you start? Because it could be all or any of those things. And
it's one of those. It's like
really
with
hard.
Shemi, it's process of elimination, isn't it?
Yeah, but I
saw a
don't
good
really want to get. I
question
don't want to
about
get into.
underrated.
I don't want to get into just replacing everything because it'll just get ruinously expensive.
No. I just saw a good question about underrated cars due to one of the ones that you did.
Oh yeah, I think someone is sending me Alexia in the new year, so hopefully I can get that to work. Tricky is trying to get a computer that can actually do it all.
I get my Citroen Ami on Thursday. Oh, they seem to be all the age.
Right there, aren't they? People are definitely tempted by them.
New Japanese car, 21 years old.
Oh, hello from Westwood Ho. Need to get back down that way again.
We do.
Yeah.
It's wonderful to see the channel growing so well. Any advice for a new YouTube channel?
This is Tony the Welsh
Like and subscribe.
trucker. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's one of the things, but really you just got to keep pumping the content out and hope it sticks. And it's frustrating in those early years because you've no idea whether it's going to work or not. I didn't start the channel thinking it would be successful. I started it because I just wanted to capture what I was doing, and it also gave me freedom to talk about the cars I wasn't allowed to talk about in the classic car media at the time.
Have you seen Motoring Box's latest acquisition?
Last motoring box I watched was him putting a sports exhaust on his AU Fairmont. He's got a Fairmont gear, well posh, and I must admit that is tempting. I know Betty's going to need an exhaust, and we've already got the up and down vids sports exhaust where he's just removed one of the silencers. That's made a burble a bit. Doesn't make any difference inside the car.
No. So, what software do you use for editing and uploading videos?
I use Movavi, although at the moment we are talking to you on my phone.
And somebody was asking what car for Little Miss HubNut when she passes her test. We think they should have
Lots
a
of
city
debate.
bug, but this is very much open to debate in this household. Would you upgrade Bob to the next model up?
I don't know. Bob does as well.
Bob is brilliant.
Yeah.
Bob is just
We're hoping
brilliant.
for some Bob improvements.
Yeah.
In next year. I think we thought we'd actually progress Bob a bit more, and we haven't really. We just parked Bob up and emptied him.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what we had to do because we just needed to shuffle things around so we didn't upset the neighbours. Felix 5, hey, and enjoyed meeting you in Canterbury, New Zealand a couple of years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago now.
I hope you have a great 2023.
Thank you.
Would you race Shemi and Myrtle or against each other? We have thought about that, haven't we?
I've done the back-to-back drive, but I think Shems would have it. That variable valve timing, that grrr.
What was it they said on Mighty Car Mods? Daihatsu domination.
Yeah, Daihatsu domination. It would be. Yeah.
Oh, P. Dicker was asking, are you from the Wirral?
No, not from the Wirral. We've just noticed quite a few people from the Wirral in the chat tonight. So, hello, Wirral folk.
Are the HubNuts developing into gearheads? Mini HubNut kind of always has been. Little Miss HubNut, she's very subtle in it, but she did do her big art piece, which was on Bella, which was really, really cute.
Yeah. And she loves driving. I'm not sure she's interested in working on cars, but she's interested in driving them very much.
Yes.
Which, to be honest, is increasingly more and more me, I think.
Yeah. Sorry, excuse the squinty looks. I'm just reading the questions. Are we going to see some new car flips in the new year from Peter Barrett? I think we would like to do that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think we would like to do that.
I'm thinking we do need to flip 'cause I can't keep them all, so I need
Hmm.
to buy something and flip it before I fall in love with it. Maybe not even give it a name because that's where we get stuck. Isn't it? Once you're giving it a name, how do you
No, I
sell
think
it?
we could still pass them on
Okay.
if we did that.
Hmm.
Uh, do, 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 do.
James French, does it snow in Wales much? We've had
Not
some snow.
here, but above us it does.
Yeah, we haven't had snow for a few weeks. When it got really cold, we got a bit of snow. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, the Hublets were most disappointed. Did you ever do a service on your Berlingo? It made a lot of
Yes.
difference to mine being jerky at low revs, especially cleaning out the fuel filter housing.
Yeah, we did all that when it went to Cambrian Classics. It was only meant to be under sealing and some minor rust repairs, but ended up turning into a full service. So new fuel filter put in with new seals on it, new filters all round, and made no difference, no improvement, didn't make it worse.
Lightbulb fan says, forgive me if you saw my previous comment here. Oh, let's go back down a bit. And I missed your response, but for 100k, did you see my comment on the forum? That's up. Ooh, did you?
Oh, that'll be the beige, slightly sweary forum, I imagine. Yes, I did see that. That involves another Invocar. The slight complication there is the Black Country Living Museum are also restoring an Invocar, an earlier model than Tuck, one of the single cylinder ones. And I am hoping to have a chat with them about that in the new year. So let's see how that goes.
Is it me or have the prices of the Berlingo multi-spas gone up in the recent months? Yeah, they have. It's the
but they've been going
micro-camper
up
situation.
generally. I mean,
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, Bella would have been a 200 quid, 300
Oh, you
quid
gave her
car.
400, you said.
Okay, 400. Oh,
Thank you, Alan.
Yeah.
Do any plans of replacing any cars on the fleet? I think the fleet's pretty solid at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Festival and they're exceptional. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a given.
Electric conversion. Now, Foxanne would have been the most likely, wouldn't she?
Yeah, but it's just ruled out on cost grounds. Really, it's not going to happen. Peaky Blinders was filmed at the Black Country Living Museum. I'm not surprised because there's loads of old buildings. I don't know if they're still operational, but they do have loads of trolley buses and things as well. So it really is like stepping back in time. All the old cobbled streets and everything.
Will there be more tinkering vids in 2023?
Yeah. We know
definitely.
we're coming a bit short on the tinkering vids.
Definitely. And
in fact, we're hoping to be up at the unit tomorrow. Commit to
did
this.
we say that?
Yeah, we're doing it.
This is why he's bought me a snood and things for Christmas and a really warm coat.
Well, yeah, because
So I could go and freeze
you
my
always look
bum.
like you're freezing cold. Sorry, I just had to mute my laptop. It was starting to feed back a bit to me.
Do you know all the statistics? Or do you learn them the night before?
Oh,
okay.
Bit of a mix. I will do a bit of cramming, but there is some information I just know because I was really boring in my teenage years and spent more time reading books and trying to impress girls. Very hard to impress girls with reference books.
What do you think to the Citroen Acadians?
I like Acadians. In some ways, probably the best A-series Citroen of the lot. Slightly longer wheelbase, very comfortable ride.
Will you look to get a bigger, better unit, or are you happy with what you have?
A better unit would be good. We're very lucky where we are, and the landlady's ace, and it is a long way from expensive. But yeah, when you got water coming up for the ground, it's got condensation
I think
issues.
we've talked about this one before, and the thing is that if we were to move, we would need to change the HubNut business quite a lot to be more financially focused, and that's not what we want to do. And
to have a proper unit would be a lot more expensive. It would involve a lot more travel because where we live, there just aren't.
Thank you, Paige. Great.
Oh well, thank you.
I'm just chuckling at Driven 24/7. Do you try and split your time for filming feature videos and tinkering, or it's just randomly done?
Oh, it's randomly done.
But what do you think?
Yeah, I often get up in the morning not knowing what we're going to do that day.
Yeah, and quite often the vlogs and whatnot are just random. You know, you just go
and
off.
I think this is the problem. I hate to use the P word, but maybe we do need to plan a bit more. Plan our weeks out.
Talk dirty to me, my love.
It's been quite difficult. There's a certain elderly dog that has been eating up a lot of our time.
Yeah. And also the Hublets, their school is very intense. I'm sure for all the parents you will find that. There was something about American car handling. It's just popping off the screen. James French, there it is. Do you like American cars for their poor handling, as in find it endearing rather than strictly a shortcoming?
I don't think I've driven any terrible handling. Well, I suppose I have. I just haven't tried chucking them around like the old Oldsmobile with the old GMC V8 diesel
Aha.
in it.
There we go then.
Yeah, I mean, I love body roll, so I'm all for it. And the
There
fact
was
you can squeal the tyres going no speed at all, it certainly has something for it. Obviously not ideal for the Welsh roads, but yeah, there are times where I love the feel of American cars.
okay. We go
Too many
scroll up a little
questions.
bit. There's
Too
one
many
about an
questions.
underrated. There we go. This one looks interesting.
Oh, the Nissan QX review in New Zealand, most underrated car ever. Yeah, yeah, they are very underrated vehicles.
And what's your most underrated car? That's a tough one
Oh,
because
that is
you
a
are.
tough one because the whole channel is kind of
Mhm.
devoted to the
Yeah.
underrated cars. I think the Charade is a good contender. The
Yeah.
L251
Yeah,
Charades.
yeah.
They're great little cars.
That's
The
superb.
part support horrendous, but to actually drive, they're great. You're just left wondering why you would want any more car.
Oh, they're just brilliant. It's spacious. It's comfortable for 4 people. It's got air conditioning. Not that ours has air conditioning.
No,
Air
potentially you could have
conditioning,
air
electric
conditioning.
windows, all
Yeah.
the good stuff.
Just
So
drives
yeah, superb.
nicely.
Yeah, they do. They're very forgiving for a learner.
Yeah.
So what have we got? Thank you very much, Blue Boy. Hi from Down Under. Congrats on your engagement. All the best for the new year. He'd let you drive his XR6 Turbo, not like the one you
Oh.
drove. His is a 5-speed manual.
I imagine that makes quite a big difference, to be honest. Those auto transmissions do sap a bit of the power, but the XR6 at least, I think it was a 5-speed auto, so it felt very different to drive to Betty, even though the main structure of the car is almost identical.
Larry
Good
says
old
they have
Barra power.
a Dodge Stratus and handles great.
Oh, there you go.
Good to know.
times. Yeah.
Do we think Furious has too many projects? There's never too many projects.
I think Nigel Rudd does, because otherwise, why would you ask the question?
Well, yeah.
So, yeah, we cannot talk, so yeah, we
Every Daihatsu has poor part support.
yeah.
Great to know, because we would love to have all the Daihatsus.
Yeah.
And that's
No,
not just me, that is us. Quite a lot of love for the Punto. Somebody was asking what you think is the best mark of Punto. And now we've got, have you ever driven a Mark II Punto?
I've never driven a Mark II. No. Sadly, a car somewhat thwarted by reliability issues. How very Italian.
A couple of questions about the Fiat. One, Fiat 500. I saw Indecisive asked, do we miss it? And what's our impressions of it? Thank you very much, John.
yeah. Well, we've still got a final video to come on the 500e, but we're just leaving that until we get Christmas out of the way. And
Has the
people getting a bit sick.
cactus run out of batteries? No, it has
No.
not. Here it is with all its little singing
Oh yeah, it's
friends.
right above your head.
It's got loads of singing friends up
Do
here.
you want to trigger it?
Do you want to hear the Feliz Navidad?
I hope we don't get copyrighted.
Oh, we
for
might.
this.
Should we not?
We
Should
might.
we not start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a shame. Actually, shakes his maracas.
You do it. You
Why
do
do
it.
we need
You
that?
reenact it.
Okay,
Go on.
like
Let's
that.
hear the song.
No,
Oh.
no one wants to hear that. Fiat 131 Super Mirafiori. I would love to drive one of those. I do know someone who's got one. I wonder if he's going to be at the New Year's Day meet on New Year's Day. That's funny
On
enough.
New
Is
Year's
when the
Day?
New Year's Day meet is.
Yeah.
Sletty Park in Aberystwyth. New Year's Day, 12 o'clock. There is going to be a bit of a meet we're hoping to be at. We don't know what we'll be in.
Nope. Standard.
Yeah.
16 Baba. Hi, Steve. What would you say is your biggest automotive high and low this year?
Ooh, we need to think about this because we do need to do a highlights video and highlight. I mean, the Berlingo has to be a highlight.
Yeah.
Generally, because
Yeah.
it's just been a superb vehicle for us.
And Bob, as an aside, he's not exactly an automotive. He's got wheels.
Yeah. I very much enjoyed taking the Berlingo over to the Netherlands as well.
I really enjoyed doing Ali's engine, which I didn't think I would.
Yeah.
Ungrateful Cow bit me afterwards, but never mind. And I think a low is definitely the fact Chevy is not back on the road.
Yeah.
That's just
it's
been
just become
heartbreaking.
And kicked our spirits quite a lot, not being able to just get that car done. But we're getting close. We think we're close. Fingers crossed.
So how are the dogs? Well, one's asleep at our foot right now.
Yep. Thankfully, she's stopped snoring.
And the other one's on watch out, but he's silent. So we're hoping he stays that way. I've just seen his little ears twitch.
Have you reviewed a Daihatsu Syrian Rally 204? Sadly not. I would very much like to. They had a crazy, I think it was a 4-cylinder engine in those sort of homologation specials. Very, very funny things. Honda FRV would love to do. Don't know anyone with one. If you've got an FRV, let me know.
Have we decided on the wedding car? Not yet.
No.
Could be cars, could be.
Are you a fan of the R53 Mini Cooper S? Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the minis, but the supercharged ones at least make good supercharger noises. And I do like the way the entire front sort of lifts up.
Mm,
The headlamps and everything all goes up. That's quite funky.
that's cool.
But yeah, they're not very practical cars. They're a bit cramped in the back. Someone's got a Fiat 500 Twin Air. Yep, I quite like that Twin Air engine. Sounds good. Oh, someone has a diesel FRV. Rich, drop me an email, ian@hubnut.org. Thank you. Let me know your location.
What did you get for Christmas?
Oh, yes, we're going to talk about Christmas. I'm going to show off my...
Oh, here we go. This is the highlight of his
Yeah.
Christmas. And if you've not seen it, this is cool, actually.
Yeah, wait for this. This is a present from my parents. It is a chocolate Citroen DS.
You should probably let the folks know where it comes from. It is the thing that's on there.
Yeah, the amazing chocolate workshop. And I cannot bring myself to eat it. It'd be like eating Mr. Kitch's Clement.
Oh, no.
Can't do
Actually,
it.
no, for accuracy, you should bite the roof off.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
he's just taking the roof off.
Just taking the roof off.
Do go and check out what Mr. Kitch is up to, up and down videos. So that's one of my presents. I'm ever so lucky. Miss HubNut got me socks. But they're thermal socks.
Yeah, and also I bought those socks, and somebody has a mad love for, what are they called? Heat holder socks.
Yeah.
They're 2.3 tog socks. So you got some of those as well, didn't you?
Yeah. So I'm feeling very blessed there.
I got, I hate the cold, so I've got one of those drying coat
Dry robe
thingies,
things,
dry
yeah.
robes, and it's, lovely and warm.
Richard Osman book to read. Not
Yeah.
for us to have any time for reading. And Miss HubNut also got me these tiles of some favourite photos of the year. So there's one of me and the Hublets doing our best catalogue poses.
That was Course Caron, wasn't
Course
it?
Caron, yeah.
Yep.
And other highlights. I'm not going to show you all of them, don't worry. It's not turning into a slideshow. There we go. Bob and Bella coming back from one of our trips away with a beautiful sunset.
In your favourite lay-by
So, yeah, I'm looking forward. Oh, there's one more I'm going to show off, which is Myrtle and the big Volvo truck when we went to do that.
Huge thank you
Volvo
to
driving.
Johnny for
Yeah,
that.
Johnny
Yes,
Cooper, thank
Johnny,
you very
thank
much.
you.
That was one of my absolute highlights of 2021.
It was awesome.
Hard to believe it was that
It
long
was
ago.
awesome. Suggesting Matt's Crown Vic as the wedding car.
Oh, that's an idea. Yeah, I'll bring Betty and the Crown Vic together again. I should get a larder. I'd love to do some more larder videos. I just don't think we've got enough.
I think a friend of mine has
space
a larder,
and more of them.
but he does mapping, so I don't know if he's mapped a larder. would you
Olivia loves HubNut. Oh, and you.
say?
Oh,
Oh,
thank you, Olivia.
thank you.
Mm.
Hello, Olivia, by the way.
Where are we? Loads of things. Oh, Renault 21. Yes. If anyone knows where there's a spare front subframe for a Renault 21 Phase 1, this chap NA Turbo needs one. They are, French cars generally can be a bit of a pig. And sadly, the French scrapyards aren't really full of 80s cars anymore.
Oh, hello to Annie as well. There's a lot of people asking about Titch. She's not very well, bless her.
No.
We are preparing for the absolute worst with her. She's had a hell of a life, and she is a terrier, so they never give up.
Mm.
She's practically dragging two legs around. And the other thing is she's got something called, what's it called? Cushing's.
Cushing's, yeah.
And one of the things with that is that they get wounds that don't heal, and that's kind of where we are with her at the moment. She has a wound that hasn't healed, and it's getting quite unpleasant. So
Thank you, Paul.
we love
Watts.
Titchy. She's had an amazing life, but we probably are coming to the end of Titchy.
This one, perhaps not so much. You're still all right, aren't you?
Have we said
Yeah.
thank you to Paul?
Yeah, thank you, Paul. He's talking about his princess. Yeah, screaming out for a fifth gear. That was always the problem.
Johnny Smith's
With them.
Nissan Cedric Taxi as
Oh, yeah.
a wedding car.
With Andy Massacres or
No.
Macassars.
Massacres,
Yeah.
Massacres, isn't it?
Yeah.
Weirdly, our neighbour, we were chatting to him the other day, weren't we?
Mm.
And his brother imported a Japanese taxi, didn't
Yeah.
they? Yeah, because him
So
and his wife
it was
lived
clearly the thing to
in
do.
Japan, and they imported a Japanese taxi as well. And we're hoping that they bring it down so we can
Yeah, that'd be good to see.
break a nose at the very
Apparently it has
least.
been down here while we were away.
Yeah, we missed it.
Sod's law. There's some other questions I'm desperately trying to keep up with. Would we go to an EV show? Yeah, yeah, I like EVs. The fully charged show does look like a good show if you're into your EVs. I would like to go.
Traction engine.
Um,
Have you had a
did you see what Zell has bought? So Zell owns TPA, my old Invacar, and he's just bought a Renault 25 Monaco because he's a
Lovely.
legend. The interior, amazing.
If you had the opportunity, would you have a go at driving a traction engine, East Coast
Yeah.
steam,
Yeah, I'd love to.
locomotive, or steam lorries, etc.? Or is that a bit too
No,
scary?
I'll
No,
go
he'd
for
love
anything.
to.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely would love to.
There's other things. When are you going up to Tan Hill next? I don't know. I would. Tan Hill doesn't fit very nicely with the start of the school term, so and it's such a long way from here. So
Sorry to hear
I'm not
that.
sure it's realistic.
Sorry to hear that, Mend It Man. They don't give up. They never give up.
And John Holding as well.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's devastating. They are properly part of the family. And I'm saying with this with Diego just casually looking at the side of the thing.
Yeah, I think he's just. Oh no, he really is. He's in shot. You're in shot, aren't you? With your big bat ears. Yeah. Thank you for being quiet for once.
Oh, is it a bad omen that I named my BX Bob after you guys named the travelling camper Bob? No, Bob served us
Bob's a
well.
good
So
name.
hopefully your Bob will serve you well as well.
Well, if your BX starts bobbing, then you probably need to get the steers replaced.
Yeah. Love to see HubNut test or buy another old Volvo. Any chance of that happening?
I certainly wouldn't rule it out. I do like Volvos. I would love another 740. I've never owned a nice 740. I've only owned absolutely knackered examples. So
Standard.
yeah, another one of those would be nice. Or maybe I'm a bit too late for a Volvo 850 with a 5-cylinder diesel because there aren't any left. They've all been hammered into the ground.
Best Eastern European car?
Best East European car. I'll tell you what, that Zastava. Now I'm trying to learn how to say it properly.
Yeah.
That was a really nice little car. But sadly, for me at least, it has been sold to a company in New York. It is currently making its way across the Atlantic.
Slight concerns there, aren't there?
No,
it's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
There's different film companies. There's one film company in New York which are currently buying up British cars, transit vans, Fiat Cinquecentos, right-hand drive British, but are clearly going to get smashed up at some point, and that's very sad. But the company has assured us there's a Stava.
Okay.
And that company has recently imported an Altsit of all things.
Oh,
for one of
we
their
know where
customers.
there's one of those.
Yeah.
Richard, thank you for becoming a basic HubNutter.
Greater Floydian Circle says Tatra 603, a very good shout for best sort of East European car. Lada Samara would like to do one. I'd also like to do, is it the 2110? The more modern shape of Lada that we never got here, but they did sell in France.
Fullwell 1, also known as Russ Nickel. See, I know now.
Yeah.
You got a Bella. What's your Bella?
Yeah, do tell.
Yeah. Just had to retrieve a very wet cat from the garden.
Oh dear. Yes, cats not fans of the weather.
Couple of people have been asking, are you planning on taking Bob over to Europe in 2023? Absolutely, yes. Mr. Hubnut and I tend to have the some holidays to ourselves, so we want to go a little further afield and
some continental Conway cruising is definitely something we want to do.
There.
Yeah.
Have you managed to find a Perodua Canary to road test yet?
Dangerous. I'd want to buy it.
This is the thing.
Yeah, I love Canaries.
Edward, I'm sorry to hear that about your Staffy. It's quite a cruel condition. All I wanted was an Alpine A1110.
Oh, 310 for me because of the wipers. Oh, yes.
Yeah, although you did see some wipers you didn't like today.
Did I?
Yeah, on that airplane.
Oh, yeah. They were a bit frantic. Airplane wipers are like fierce things. Yeah.
What do you think of the MGZR, and do you think it will become a future classic?
I think they're already there. I think there will be a future classic. People love them.
Any chance of testing a Polo engine Trabant?
I know of one. I'm a bit reluctant though, because to me a Trabant has to be two-stroke, surely. It's the same with the Wartburgs. I think surely you must lose so much of the character. It makes it a better car, undoubtedly, but you lose so much of the character by putting a 4-cylinder water-cooled engine in.
Do you enjoy driving games?
Not anymore. No.
During
lockdown, Euro Truck Simulator was something I was absolutely addicted to. And playing Beam NG Drive, but now I can actually drive again. I'll just drive instead.
How is Ellie?
Okay, currently leaking not petrol, oil. But I do now have. Thank you very
Rich
much, Rich.
Hickman, thank you very, very much. That's very,
Yeah.
very kind.
I think it's just down there actually for some reason, because obviously where you keep the oil filters is in the sitting room. I think oil filter. Oh, thanks Diego for just treading on the laptop. Is down there, so we need to get that fitted.
What's your most terrifying test drive?
Most terrifying test drive. I think that Austin 7 comes pretty close. That was full on.
Fellow Max was a bit wobbly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it did have its moments. It had some interesting bump steer. So it was a little unpredictable. It's unpredictability that makes some old cars terrifying. Is there a pre-warning? I've been putting posts out for a few days on the community tab on here on YouTube and social media. That's HubNut Vids on Twitter, and we've just got a HubNut page on Facebook.
Would love to see you get a Cinquecento. Lots of Fiat love today. They're still cheap as chips. Greetings from Ireland.
Yeah. Peter White, did you find the Oxford diecast 2CV? Yeah, aware they've got one. Have talked to them about doing an Ellie, but it'd be a minimum 1,500 units. Fun fact, the box that my phone is currently attached to has the few remaining Tuck models in it. There's 7 or 8 left. So if you want a Tuck model, get in quick. The store is online at the moment. We're not processing orders till next week.
So Nigel Taylor has mentioned a couple of times that his wife would like Diego.
Okay, yeah.
No, you can't sell my dog. He is, oh, bless him. He is Jack Russell Cross Chihuahua. And he is very much my little doggy, bless him. Oh, it's my cousin. What is your favourite potato dish? I love potato.
Is that because his state is where potatoes come from?
Uh-huh. I love hash browns, mashed potatoes.
There's some lovely dauphinoise.
Chips, dauphinoise potato. I just love potatoes. I love potatoes.
What do you think of Peugeot 407s? I think they're probably well overdue a test on HubNut, to be honest. I was giving very serious thought when we were looking for Bella of going for a 407 estate because they're enormous.
Yeah.
And like a C5, but without some of the complexity.
Oh, you got a dog because of the HubNuts.
Oh,
that's so cute.
Oh, thank you, Shane.
Wow,
that's
Shane,
very kind.
crikey, and hello. We've been missing you, Shane. Where have you been hiding?
You've gone a bit quiet on us, hasn't it? Where are we? I've lost where we are. Do you like cats? Yes, I like cats, and there have been cats on this channel. George the cat, still alive and well, as far as I know.
Oh, we've got potato discussions going on now.
Yeah, it's all gone a bit potatoey.
Will you be doing a bloopers compilation on the channel?
I should do, but most of my bloopers actually make it into the video.
Yeah.
Where are we? Lost. Oh, someone else lost their Jack Russell. Oh. You get Skoda 120L. Yeah, I do like the rear engine Skodas. There's a really nice feel to them. But that one is now very, very exciting to drive.
Scallop potatoes, yes.
Yeah. Ben Morgan asked some time ago, what's one car you're looking forward to testing in 2023? Well, I've not found one yet, but Talbot Macho Rancho is way overdue.
That's gotta happen.
Furious Driving got there ahead of me.
Yeah.
Grr.
Do you know, it was very strange. When I was doing the overhaul of our living room, I found the colour chart for the Macho. How weird is that? On the back of a recipe that was in one of my cookbooks.
Very strange.
Need to go through them and see if there's more.
Thoughts on the Skoda Yeti? Anyone who owns a Yeti is a lunatic, aren't they?
On the subject of Skoda Yeti, if anybody knows where you can get Skoda Yeti trim, please let Whiteland Restorations know. Yeah. Because they desperately need a piece of trim.
I think it's off one of the rear doors, the cladding that's down at the bottom.
Thoughts on the Swindon built Honda Accord?
I haven't really got a massive opinion on them. My favourite Accord is the Mark III generation. I think the 80s one. I think they're great.
Would love it if you review a Ford Probe.
Yep, that needs to happen. Like a Probe. That doesn't sound dubious at all.
Ford Probe. Shane said he'd love a go in a rotary Lada Riva.
Yeah, there is one in the country. Sam Glover owns it. I'm not sure it's on the road though.
Any thoughts on the Dacia Jogger, which appears to be a Sandero estate?
Yeah, that seemed a nice bit of kit. If I was after a new car, I mean, primarily, I think it was after a new car, I'd go electric, but failing that, I would go Dacia Jogger, I think. Lots of love for the Jogger right
Robert Brink, thank you so much. Very,
there.
very
Thank
kind.
you. Over in the
Oh
Netherlands.
my goodness. Adrian M. Challenge. Next purchase. Set budget. Let HubNuts search and choose the car.
Oh,
Dangerous. Do you know what? That would be cool.
I love that
would
idea.
be cool.
Yeah, but we'll have to wait until after we've paid
Can
the
you
tax bill in
imagine the
January.
arguments between those two?
Ford Cougar. Yeah, I'd like to do a Cougar as well. The one that was a Mondeo Coupe, effectively. Yeah.
Fastest car you've driven from Amber?
Fastest, what, on the channel or generally?
I don't know. What's the fastest car you've driven?
Probably Nissan Skyline. I've driven a few Skylines with just insane amounts of power, and most of which you can't use on the road. So I actually found it quite
That's an
frustrating.
interesting one. How old does a car have to be before it becomes HubNut? I don't
It
think
depends
it has
on
to
the
have
car.
an age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's down towards the more affordable end of motoring, Dacias seem very HubNut, even though they're a brand new car. Fancy reviewing my Skoda Roomster Scout?
Ooh,
yeah, possibly. The biggest problem, the biggest limitation is geography. So drop me an email, ian@hubnut.org. I've got a huge backlog already, but one of the things for next year is to try and get that backlog down a bit. So yeah, send an email, let me know your location, and we'll see what we can do. It depends where we are in the country and when.
Now, Squeakers, one Hublet would definitely buy another pink multipler. She absolutely loved it.
I'm not. Maybe I should do that with Betty. Chrome pink wrap on Betty.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Just
Why
leave
not?
the spoilers gold to remind us of times gone by.
Add some exhausts. Yeah.
Thoughts on reviewing a Discovery MPI? Are there any left? That's the one that had the 2-litre, I think it was the M series Rover engine, and it was a tax dodge. It was pure tax dodge. People were saying, yeah, I like the Discovery, but I want one with a 2-litre engine so it doesn't pay so much company car tax. And Italy was also big on sub 2-litre engine, so it's 1994 cc, I think, just scraped under. Really not enough engine for a Discovery though, which is why they developed the Freelander, so they actually had a small car for those who wanted a 4x4.
Would you do a Peugeot 306 video?
Yeah, would like to. In fact, my friend Bruffon has got a nice 306.
Review a 79 Datsun Stanza?
Yeah. Again, all these things. It's not very often I say no. It's just that people offer me the cars and I just don't get around to doing them. So huge apologies if you have sent me a car to test drive and I just haven't got around to doing it yet. But you are far from alone. Can you see ICE cars being an enthusiast only thing in the coming years, like steam cars are now? Not in my lifetime, I don't think. Was that
was
Trump
Diego. That was a burp.
Oh, jeepers. Thanks, Diego. Yeah, I don't think in my lifetime ICE cars are going to vanish, even though we've got this thing where they're meant to stop selling them in 2030. That's 8 years' time. Can't see it happening.
Cars you regret getting rid of. Mine was a Mark
Braden
1.
Freudian Circle, thank you. Yeah, bung me the details.
And
Cabriolet.
Fullwell One has mentioned that they've sent us pictures of Bella on Twitter, so we'll have to catch up with those in a minute.
Yeah, catch up with those. Is Tug for sale? Nope. So another project for next year is to finally sort out Tug's bodywork. We should have done it for this year. It's 50 years. We haven't done anything for Tug's 50 years, but it hasn't quite been the year we expected.
No.
Sort of losing my sister back in March really did knock us, not the wind out of our sails.
Yeah,
and to be honest, I'm not sure we've fully recovered from that.
No, and that's understandable. All things Alex, glad you're enjoying your hat. We did see. Do you ever see yourself going back to a time where you buy a wreck for a couple £100 and then selling it again?
Oh, that's so difficult to do these days because cars aren't cheap anymore. They've all gone up in price. Driven by scrap values going up, and also with supply issues for brand new cars, it seems to have pulled everything up. So cars aren't depreciating as much, and sub £500 cars just don't seem to be out there anymore.
There is a Charade out there at the moment, £350, but it's on the Isle of Wight.
On the Isle of Wight with an oil leak.
Yeah.
So,
but I reckon
I think I'd probably know where the oil leak is from. I mean, there's two possibilities. The sump's rot, and you got that feed pipe on the front that rots as well.
Thoughts on Nissan Qashqai e-Power?
Are these HubNut cars? Probably, because Qashqais are absolutely everywhere, and at some point they will all vanish. So there you go. That's probably an unlikely car to stash away, is a Nissan Qashqai, and then in 20 years it will be entirely broken and won't work anymore.
Have you ever tested a VW Beetle, old air-cooled one?
Not on the channel. I've done Splitty Type 2 bus, Type 3, and electric VW Beetle. I've never video tested an air-cooled one. I need to change that. In fact, I haven't driven an air-cooled Beetle for a very long time. Do go and check out Sarah Untuned, her channel. She's been doing some
given one
Beetle
away,
stuff.
hasn't she?
Yeah, she just did a giveaway.
Yeah.
Got one, fixed it up, gave it away.
Most
Admirable
comfortable
work ethic.
car you've been in?
Most comfortable Citroen CXs take some beating.
Yeah,
when it comes to comfort. But Saab 9.5 as well, the sort of late 90s ones. Very comfortable cars.
And my brain's gone completely blank.
Berlingo, surprising.
Berlingo is really comfortable.
Yeah. Graham Bentley expansion of ULEZ next year. We'll see a lot of bargains to be had. Yeah, quite possibly. But I think that will be fairly short-lived. So I think in the run up to that scheme starting in August, we could see a lot of cheap cars. But then there's incentives for scrapping them. So we might not. It's not a given that there will be cheap cars. But
but
heading to London, having a tour about to see if there's any likely looking cars, leaving notes on them. Probably not a bad idea.
You kind of hope they are, otherwise they're dead.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Edgar Beat has a Volkswagen 412. That's the Type 4. What are they known as? Base model South African. I would love to. Edgar, please do drop me an email with your location. Ian@hubnut.org.
If you had to get a Mondeo, which one would it be?
Mondeo. I quite like the V6 ones. Even though all they do is drink fuel. Hillman Adventure, would love to do an Avenger.
Mr. Indecisive, would you like to see a HubNut Weird Car Twitter track day hill climb where folk could turn up and hoon massively ordinary?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. We have no idea.
Yeah, we might have something coming there. Not a hill climb, but
a hoonery, that's possible.
James French, what about a fuel-injected Volkswagen Type 3 with automatic? That'd be an interesting drive. Oddly, Volkswagen, one of the first companies, Volkswagen and Peugeot, were very early adopters of fuel injection in their cars.
Do you still work in journalism? Have you thought about HubNut Mag for paid subscribers?
No, I don't work in journalism. 100% YouTube now. HubNut magazine is something we've thought about. Maybe not a magazine, maybe a bookazine. We might just try and do one and see how it goes.
Stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. We keep meaning to do it for Christmas, and this is another year where that hasn't happened.
Yep. Most challenging test drive on the channel. Any breakdowns?
What car would Jesus drive? I believe a Honda Accord. There is a joke in there somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah. I've forgotten the joke there. I'm sure it'll come up in the chat in a minute. Gumball Rally. I don't like the banger rallies because banger rallies tend to be hammer the crap out of a car and have a laugh with your mates and then abandon it somewhere. And that's not my style.
What was your, and I think Will O'Toole has already asked this one, and we missed it. What was your favourite retro Japanese car? What I actually owned or otherwise? I love Datsun Cherries. Sorry, slight aside. Mighty Cat Mods. Jesus would drive a Sunbeam.
Oh,
way.
Like Boris is asking if the microphones are not working. We can't tell.
I can
because I can do this. Yeah, that sounds like sound. That's me watching us actually streaming back to us. It's all a bit bizarre. There we go. For I did not speak of my own accord. The words of Jesus. There we go. According to John, anyway. Rob Hoyle says I drove a Qashqai a few years ago. Apart from it was black, I can't remember a thing about it. Totally generic. Yeah, they are, and that makes them the future HubNut cars. It's the ordinary dross of today is what becomes HubNut in the future. So I think Qashqais are really there.
Can we give James a massive hello? Hello, James.
Hello, James. Yeah, we can do that. Was that massive enough? Or should we go, hello, James? Probably overdoing it. Let's not do that again.
Too much.
Oh, what's the highest elevation you have driven a car at? I don't know how high the Col du Galibier is in France. No doubt someone can look it up and tell us. That's probably it, I think. Although I did drive a Ford Falcon, not an AU, an EF, up a volcano in New Zealand. I can't remember how tall that was.
What is your favourite generation of Fiat Family Saloon from 124 to Maria? Oh, you drove a Maria.
Yeah, really like the Maria.
Mm.
Yeah, I think Furkan was saying he's got a Merc 200D as well. But I'm welcome to drive if I go to Germany.
Steve, if you can
Very
get to
popular as
Festival
taxi,
in an
would like to.
Exceptional, do. It's an awesome event. I know, Amber, you're thinking about it. Do.
Yeah, yeah.
And all of those we see there before, come back.
Someone's having to sell their 206 diesel because of you, Les.
Oh.
But Dad gets to keep his Mark 1 Audi RS4 estate. Crazy.
There are some strange things.
Very
like
strange
Betty can go into Birmingham.
Yeah, don't tell anyone, but Betty is actually cleared for all the low emission zones. So there you go. Import a car from Australia instead, one with a huge engine, and sell your economical diesel. And then the environment will be fixed.
That will fix it. Are you sure about this?
Not entirely.
When are you coming to Belfast? We would like to get to Ireland next year. Yeah. Definitely. I know that somebody who's hovering in the chat would definitely like us to be over in Ireland next year. Festival
of the Unexceptional is Grimsthorpe Castle again, towards the end of July, I think. I can't remember actually checking the dates. It's all there on the Haggerty website, I think.
Would you buy a recovery truck?
I've done that before. Dangerous game.
You would though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although you've got this obsession at the moment for having a truck that you could put cars in.
Yeah. I think a 7.5 tonner would be ace. And then it comes to the running costs and not be so ace. Are you organising any meets for 2023? Hopefully. We utterly failed this year apart from the motorist.
This year it's been quite difficult. It's not quite been what we hoped. So but next year will be different.
Yeah. Paul Jeffries, we are not married, we are engaged. And there is a video over on HubNut if you want to see how we made
your highlights of 2022?
It's so hard. We will do a highlights video where we actually pull out some clips and stuff. But there were many, and that's a good thing because it wasn't always a happy year. But there have been some lovely times this year. Yeah, lovely times. Would you buy a fire engine? I don't think I've got the license, unfortunately. Whereas Laurie's Mechanical Marvels, Laurie owns a Dennis fire engine of the incredibly boxy. We can't find any drawing implement but a ruler type. And I would love to drive that. And we have actually talked to Laurie about trying to make that happen, but we are very far apart in terms of geography. What do you think of Renaults, especially Renault 9 Broadway and 11 Flash? Never heard of the 11 Flash. But when I was a child, my dad had a Renault 9 Broadway. Had the 5-speed gearbox, auto reverse cassette deck, and a sunroof. Very, very posh. So yeah, I like that car. Please come back to Baz Vegas. Well, who knows? Maybe Basildon will feature on our repertoire. No, retinue. No. I'm trying to be clever and use big words.
If you're ever in South Wales, more than welcome to Tesmo 190. Gosh, that's a lot of letters. VVTLI Salika. We are sometimes in South Wales. We kind of want to do a bit more along.
We had quite a few offers of cars along the M4 corridor. Problem is, we're always going somewhere. We never have time. Best single year for new car model releases. Gosh. Oh, absolutely no idea. That one needs more thought than I can give it.
This year and I did pretty good. I think it was the Sierra and the BX, wasn't it?
Yeah, 1982. Good year.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. I had a Renault 9 Auto, terrible car. Yeah, I think they were a 3-speed auto. It's not enough gearbox.
What is your all-time favourite road tested car, and what road test sticks in your mind the most?
I think the Austin 7 will never be leaving my mind. That was both triumph and terrifying. But I was so happy to drive that car, and I love driving the vintage stuff, and I'm really pleased the Austin 7 video has done well, whereas some of the other vintage cars I drove last year didn't do quite so well for views, and it's frustrating, but you enjoy something so much and other people don't share that. But that obviously came across with the 7.
No,
lots of people watched it.
Yeah.
So,
and you kind of want to push more with the vintage side of things because there's not a young market for them. So,
but I think some of the all-time favourites are probably going to come from the Australia part of my adventures, because finally driving things like the Austin Kimberley, the Leyland P76, but also driving that Holden, or rather HSV Maloo with daft amounts of power. That just felt so Australian. I was very happy about that.
Thoughts on modern electric buses?
Seems a good idea to me, rather than buses belching fumes. We've got electric buses coming to a service not a million miles away from us. think the T1 is going electric.
Oh yeah, the T1. Yeah, yeah.
And that's going to be interesting to see. Does electric work in rural countryside?
Yeah.
We're going to find
would you
out.
like a 70s Austin in your fleet? If so, which one?
Oh, 70s Austin. I mean, I quite like an ADO 16 to be honest, or an Allegro, but Allegros are starting to get a bit pricey now. But Land Crabs, I'd love a Land Crab as well. So yeah, plenty of 70s Austins I'd like.
Do you park the in disabled bays? No.
No.
No. Have you considered weatherproofing and improving the unit you're in? Yeah. Again, it's
One of the
just
problems though,
time.
yeah, it would need so much work, I think, to stop water coming in completely.
But I think on a basic, we could probably get some plastic sheets
Yeah,
up on the side and
it
whatnot.
would help, and maybe some rubber mats or something along the top of the door, because a lot of water blows in over the front door.
Yeah, there's some basics we could do.
Mm.
Definitely.
European trips we've discussed, hopefully in the summer.
Yeah.
JDM Snowmaker would have an Austin 3 litre. That's a good shout. And they just creep into the 1970s. I think 71 they were phased out. They're great cars. Bit expensive to run though.
What's your most viewed video of this year? Is that the tuk-tuks?
I think
Have
bizarrely,
they crept in there?
Yeah, I think it's the tuk-tuks. I've gone mildly viral in India over the past few weeks, and the tuk versus tuk-tuk video has got picked up over there. What I can tell you about the Indians, the most common comments are, that's Mr. Bean's car, or a car from Mr. Bean in reference to tuk, because no, that was a Reliant super van, I think, but free-wheeled nonetheless. And lots of telling off for calling it a tuk-tuk. Apparently that's what the cheap Thailand ones are called. And in India, they're auto rickshaws. So terminology corrections. But yeah, very strange. Lots and lots of comments coming in from over in India at the moment.
Mm-hmm. People talking about the Great Wall. Lots talking about the Great Wall pickups.
Oh, Great Wall Steed. Yeah. Well, there's a dealer not a million miles away from us that used to bring those in. The one where you exchange.
Yeah, they've still got the sounding jack, haven't they?
Yeah.
What would? Oh gosh, this is not the question to ask right now. Indecisive, because we got a soundbar for Christmas. What would be playing on the HubNut radio station?
Oh, we've had all sorts, haven't we? Roixop seems to have some new music that came out a few months ago, and very much enjoying that at the moment. Hania Rani, I think is her name, Polish composer. She does a lot of really sort of chill out piano stuff. Niels Fram style. Yeah, Golia and Asia. I've been watching a lot of their videos. Their Iceland one is absolutely epic.
And I tend to fixate on certain songs. So at the moment, Instant Crush from Daft Punk is one of my obsessive songs. There's a song, I'm not sure if the artist Bell Mercy or the track's Bell Mercy, and it's called Jengy. I can't stop listening to that track. And I'm not the demographic for that track, but I just keep listening to it.
We listen to all sorts.
Yeah, we do.
I love, we'll be in the car and some obscure 70s track will come on and the kids will be singing along.
Yeah.
That's just lovely. I'm just having to defend the laptops. We don't want you stamping all over it, Diego. There was a question I wanted to answer, but it's vanished. Everything's popping through too quick. We've done that one. Great Walls. Looks like we should test the Tata Nano. Yeah. I don't think there are any over here. There's one at Lane Motor Museum over in India. That's somewhere I'd very much like to visit at some point. Have you ever listened to M83? No. Sadly not. Colin, the owner of the Austin 7, is in the chat. Hello, Colin. Did you know Colin is only the 6th owner of that Austin 7? I find that remarkable. And the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th owners are still alive, apparently. That's a lovely little nugget I picked up in the comment section.
Chris Robinson, I think he's asked this question a couple of times, so let's catch him. He's just down here. Down here. What's your favourite rear-engined HubNut car?
Rear-engine HubNut car. Rear-engine. Ooh, there are so many. I love the rear-engine Skodas. The rear-engine Renaults I'm a big fan of. I haven't driven enough of those. I've driven a 4CV and a Dauphin in pre-video days. The rear-engined Alpines. So, yeah, hard to choose. Rear-engine Tatras. Lots and lots of famous rear-wheel drive cars I like very much.
Excuse me, guys. I realise how dodgy my hand looks. I assure you, there is a dog just here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. What's my history of cars pre-HubNut? And where did the love come from? Well, my dad always had like unusual cars. My dad had
CX.
he had a CX Familial, which even now, if I mention that car, my friends from like 20, okay, it's probably more like 30 years ago, still talk about that car. We had a Fiat 126. He had a Ford Cortina estate that he had, goodness knows what going on underneath the bonnet, which he was very, very proud of. So he's always prided himself on having unusual cars, and I think that's really where it came from. My dad, and he might be watching because he does watch a lot of our stuff. Daihatsu 4-track. We see so many 4-tracks.
Yeah.
And it's so strange because everybody's like, oh, they're so rare, but they're not so rare around here.
But yeah, I mean, there's a couple in Tannagroy's car dismantlers.
There are 2 in there at the moment,
yeah,
aren't there?
independent and non-independent. Problem is, I find it hard to justify having a 4x4 because they cost so much to run, and our need for a 4x4 is so limited.
I mean, if this is like blue sky stuff, if like the Daihatsu dream came to be that we could have all the Daihatsus, we definitely have a 4-track in there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Never driven. Oh no, I have driven an Ignis. When I had Myrtle the first time, I remember going and driving an Ignis to see how it compared, and I decided I preferred Myrtle. Driven 24/7. You're still enjoying YouTube even though it's your job? Yes. Feeling a little burnt out as we get towards the end of the year, but we've had our break and jumping back into.
I love this. You decided our break is over now.
Yeah, we need to do some work tomorrow. The people are demanding. We need to give them content.
What is a car I absolutely hate? Oh, that's difficult. Because when I was a child, I hated my mum's Fiat 126, but now I think they're amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think I really hate a car. No, I don't think so. I'm quite open.
Austin Montego?
Oh yeah, wait, no.
But there's a reason for that. It's not generally I hate Montegos.
No, it was a specific one. We went to France. My dad, we had an Austin Montego estate. He had it serviced before we went to take it off the ferry, realised the brakes didn't work. So he drove it on the handbrake, which I don't think he told my mum he'd done that. I don't think he broke the news until we got there. And consequently, because of that, it was ye olden times when you couldn't send money via apps and whatnot. So we had to eat tins of cassoulet for 2 weeks because we had no money. It rained the whole time.
Yeah.
It was just miserable. So that kind of fixates on that car. So yeah, but we would love to do that journey again, wouldn't we?
There's a couple of questions I want to jump on there because we would love to recreate that. Rufford, is it Rufford Ford? It's recently been closed down by the council. Would you have liked to try it? Yes, definitely. Wish I'd jumped on that because it just became so famous. And I think if we got there when the level was not too high, I think we could have easily got through.
I was going to say, what would you put through it?
Probably not one of the air-cooled cars, although taking the GSA there and putting the suspension on high and driving through would be good fun. But if the water hits the fan, it's a nightmare because the water turns to steam and you can't see where you're going. So I'd probably take one of the water-cooled cars through. Bo Sexton wants a Chevette. Do you recommend buying a car that needs doing up or spending more on a car that has been restored already? Well, the thing is, I don't think you're spending more necessarily because restoring a car is going to cost a fortune, especially if bodywork and paint is needed. And if it's a Chevette, it will be needed. So I would buy the best you can, but bear in mind that even the best cars might be hiding rot. So the more expensive, the more you thoroughly have to check. I think I got a bit burnt with Giselle really because she wasn't as good as I thought she was, and needed quite a lot of work. There's more questions I lost. Where were we? Mendit Man asking how many hours we put into YouTube each week. That's a really difficult one because there is no such thing as an average day. Every day is different.
No, but also.
But certainly in November and December, I mean, most of the hours were put on merchandise because everyone wants their stuff for Christmas.
But it's not just.
It was like
the making
half a day
video,
every day was just shop.
Yeah, it's not just the making the video; it's the editing the video, but also then the following up on the social media.
I apologise for that. We got spammers in. Just trying to hide that user. There we go.
Would you do a Tuk versus PLP 50 video?
Would love to.
Mini HubNut would love that. That is one of his all-time favourites, the PLP 50. So that would be definitely a thing he would do.
Have you driven a Subaru Leone? There's many generations. I've driven the pickup version, the Brat as it's known in some markets, or MV. Um, but later Leones or Lions, however you meant to say it, weren't badged as such. They were just called 1800s here. And I've never driven one. Would like to.
Can we say a hello to George? He's a big fan.
Hello, George.
So hello, George. And I was asking about a 96 Vectra. Is that HubNut? We did have a Vectra.
Yeah, we did.
Was she on the 5?
She was 2002. I
Yeah,
think. 2001, 2002. Yeah, decent enough car, but not very comfortable.
But is it HubNut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And remember the boot?
Yeah, the boot was massive.
Put stuff in, and it just kept on taking it. It was amazing.
Yeah. I hate Dukes. That's it. That's the post.
Okay. Yeah. I know they divide opinion. Thoughts on the Daihatsu Grand Move/Move?
Yes, please, and thank you. We would love one.
No, Move for me. I'm not a Grand Move fan. Four-cylinder engine.
Oh yeah, you're not
Pies
about
are in some markets.
Yeah, you're not about 4 cylinders.
Yeah.
So.
Just a little. I think it would be a bit of a YRB experience. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I was really sad about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what is the most bodged car you've ever driven or bought?
Driven. Well, it depends what you mean by bodged. If you mean just ignoring rust in the floors, that LDV Pilot I drove many years ago was great. You could actually look at the front wheel through the floor while you were driving it. Yeah, I've had a few cars sort of go wrong because things weren't quite as they should have been, but then I can't talk because of the state of my own cars. Will you always stay in Wales? God knows, because 20 years ago I didn't think I'd ever live in Wales, so you don't know where life's going to take you.
Nissan Cube is a very HubNut vehicle.
Oh, Michael Hudson, I have a friend with a Bova Futura who would probably love to take it out. Oh, wow. Let me know then, Michael. Ian@hubnut.org. If your friend is genuinely up for that.
Most uncomfortable car you've driven on a long distance?
Nissan Primera.
Oh my goodness. That hurts so
crashy
very
suspension,
much.
Horrible seats.
Figaro, yay or nay? I would say yay.
I'm more inclined to nay.
It'd
be good fun to get a Figaro and actually make it nice to drive. That is where they fall down. 1 litre, very slightly turboed engine and a 3-speed automatic gearbox. Not a winning combination. I love the looks. The looks inside and out are amazing.
Oh, it's beautiful. The S-Cargo is of that similar ilk, isn't it? Yeah. Was that Nissan as well?
Yeah, that wasn't micro-base. It was Sunny-based.
No, but I think I'd rather have that.
And cubes are ridiculous. That's the best thing about them. Very interesting style.
Yeah, I love the fact that if you have the left hand and the right hand drive together, the windows. Oh, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Now this is the thing, when we talk about the Primera nearly killing us with back pain, lots of people say that the Almira is really plush and that their Primeras of different other marks were really good.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, that one didn't work for us.
Velour, leather or plain cloth for car
I
interiors?
apologise for any groaning you may hear in the background. It appears Titch the dog is either dreaming or she's slowly starting to wake up.
Daihatsu Copen, I would say yes, but you might say no.
I'm more cappuccino.
Cappuccino, yeah.
Love cappuccinos.
Yeah.
Apart from being terrifying, is Tuk actually comfortable to sit in? Surprisingly so. The only problem being that your arms are out like this, so that can get tiring. But I tend to pull my left knee up, rest it on under this arm, and that helps support the handlebars. And then if I need to brake, I have to move that knee out of the way and drop the handlebars. But yeah, surprisingly comfortable, I would say, is old Tuk.
I can see a Montego story.
Have you ever had a car as bodged as Clement? Oh yes, Clement on Up and Down videos. Go and have a look at the video where he's pulled the roof off it. Lots of filler, lots and lots of filler.
Which is strange because he did jet wash it and the seals and whatnot were okay, weren't they?
Yeah, it's good in places.
Yeah. But I saw a story about a Montego. I'm intrigued to know if somebody else suffered. It was up a little bit, I think.
Oh, sorry. You might have just checked by the
I know.
Oh, she's up.
Oh, hello.
Do you want to uncover her so she can move away?
Yeah, let her. It seems to have gone. So I will deal with the dog.
Oh, yeah, sorry. We're
excuse me.
hard to keep up with the questions. Can Diego say hello? Not technically, no. No, speech isn't his best point.
He does say no.
He does say no sometimes. He has these little grumbling moments. Longest. Oh no. That'll be Titch the dog. Sorry, everyone. Just letting us know she's awake. I've forgotten where we are now. Oh yeah, longest journey in took was probably taking her over to Las Vegas. On that trip, I went across to Basildon in Essex, then went down to Goodwood, and then drove home. And that was a very, very long trip. Very enjoyable, but need some more adventures now. Oh, Bo Sexton's off to get a cup of tea. Good plan.
Enjoy your cup of tea.
Yeah.
Is the water back on?
We never entirely lost it. Here,
we didn't. We're very fortunate. We have a slightly different water supply. But there are still people in Cardigan. I think even 2 days ago, a day ago, were still without water. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was a huge outage. All the water mains just burst everywhere. One burst in London and it flooded streets. It was like several feet of water, which is scary. I guess that tells you how much water needs to be pumped to keep a city like London going.
Yeah.
Fiat 500 to Glasgow, knee against the gear stick. That's uncomfortable. Yeah. HubNut wedding bus.
Yeah.
Could be an option.
Because it could be a honeymoon vehicle as well.
Yeah.
Sorted.
I do love the idea. It'll never happen because the expense would just be ridiculous. But converting an old bus to carry a car in the back and off we go, that'd be superb.
Yeah, but I think if we were to do America at some point when we become nomadic in the future, I think we'd buy a big old RV out there because the prices are so different to what they are over here.
How about tracking down an Argyle GT? I have a feeling there is a Survivor out there somewhere. There's a Scottish-built mid-engined, I think, sports car. London National for wedding bus. Could be a plan. We know someone with a big wide bus.
We do.
I think he used it for his own wedding.
That's the Super National, isn't it?
Super National,
yes.
London Leyland Titans ended up in Las Vegas as well as San Francisco, and I can also confirm Melbourne as unexpected. It's just like, that's a Leyland Titan. But then I saw a Route Master in New Zealand, so buses, big things, but they do get around the place.
I saw. Do you think that an MG could become part of the fleet in the future?
Yeah, I mean,
one of the modern ones they were talking about.
Yeah. I mean, my dad loved his MG5 and now has a ZS EV, so he's addicted to the electric lifestyle. Mark's Garage, sensible warning, don't overdo it like Aging Wheels with his bus project.
We have a bit of his
We've got a bit of it. Is it on display here?
No, it's hidden.
Been tidied away.
Moment. Oh. No, it's not tidied away. It's buried.
Is that a Kevin? Yeah, we've got a terrifying number of Kevins and his friends. I still don't understand why.
What do you mean you don't understand
I don't
why?
understand why. Would you drive a City Bug? Yeah, we need to do a City Bug test, really. It'd be very interesting to compare with Shemi the Sherrard once we've got her back on the road again. A HubNut channel, or a HubNut channel. Yeah. A channel just about the dogs. They'll just mostly lie around and eat. I'm sure it'd be very interesting. Psycho 63 would love to see us do USA coast to coast.
Yeah,
that'd be an amazing thing. Yeah. I would actually like, maybe do a bit of Route 66 just to say you have. But I mean, there is so much to America, so many places to go. I wouldn't want to just stick to Route 66. Idle for the wedding, walking out under an arch of HubNut fans holding 10mm sockets. Yeah, but they'd all go missing just before, you know that.
How's the inch drive going? On a bit of a halt because we're just waiting for Shemi to be done.
Yeah, I did get you switched over to the Berlingo, but you've only had a car park drive.
Yeah, I'm not loving it.
We just haven't had time though, have we? The weather got really dangerous and stormy, and given you haven't been out on the road for a while, it didn't seem the kindest reintroduction.
No, especially not the black ice.
Jack Edwards, still testing my MG ZRTD. Yeah, if you're coming to Wales, let me know. It's just, the difficulty is trying to get out to do these tests. It has been a bit of a pain, but we'll see what we do. Binky guys had a well set up City Bug. They did. They passed that on after a season of racing.
Thank you very much, Scottish Car Enthusiasts and Trained TV.
Thank you. Yeah.
With a suggestion that you should add cats to that, apparently.
Okay. You never know. Yeah. Come to Oregon and drive my Jetta. Oh.
What culinary creations did I come up with? Well, actual Christmas, I was quite lazy. We had pre-prepared veggies and whatnot.
Yeah.
But up until Christmas, I did cater for the family. I'm quite into puff pastry, Christmas trees, variously savoury,
Yeah.
sweet, and whatnot. I made a dip that was absolutely gorgeous with goat's cheese, and then you put dates, maple syrup, and bacon on the
Other
top.
foods are available.
Oh, so good, so good. I ate the lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm. We had some very delicious ham yesterday.
Yeah, lovely ham.
Ham joint.
Mm.
So yeah, it's been a horrendous Christmas for my belt line because so much delicious food.
Would you drive over P4?
Yeah, would love to do a P4. Really need to do a P4 video. Way overdue. Oh, I've lost stuff. Would you consider a draw for subscribers to drive the fleet? Always a bit wary of that one. The insurance could be very tricky on that, I think.
The other lovely thing is the amount of people that are offering their cars
Mm.
to be involved, which is lovely.
Yeah.
And that's why if we could kind of do a car show wedding thingy, then that would be really cool.
Yeah. East Coast Steve, will you do any lessons with an instructor? I think you probably will.
Yeah. I will do. Just
problem is,
before
I haven't passed my test since 1996, so I'm not fully up to speed with what you need to do to pass the test. So I think this person can go in the bin.
Here at last due to dodgy Wi-Fi. Did your massive wish parcels stop? Did you find out who sent them?
No, we never
we
got to the
didn't.
bottom of that. They
Yeah,
have
They
stopped.
have stopped, though. Yeah, because we're not doing the mailbags.
Mailbags.
They've stopped.
Yeah.
So, but that was hilarious. And I tell you what, those wish t-shirts.
that was Titch having a drink.
Yeah, the wish t-shirts are brilliant. They're really comfy. They're nice material. So they were great actually.
Just watched the 500 video where Miss HubNut spotted the Granada and asked you to marry her. We did see a Granada, didn't we? A Granada limo.
The Granada. Now
at
there
the
are
Pembrokeshire Classic.
There are a lot of people that suggest that should be our wedding car,
Yeah.
and I think that would be awesome.
It was a bit crusty in places.
I know, but I don't care. I think it was. Awesome.
Zodiac Mark IV would love to do. I'm pretty sure someone offered me one at some point, but I think I may have lost the details in another email account. So if you have a Zodiac Mark IV, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like? Well, I like all the big Fords from Mark 1 all the way through to Mark 4. Do you want to buy my sport car? Afraid not. Nothing against sport cars. We just have too many cars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no buying at the moment, unfortunately.
Yeah. Come to Texas and drive a Honda Beat. I mean, that's an amazing offer, isn't it? And a Rover 216, which I think is an import from the UK. So Peter Barrett, the man of taste. Oh, she's just falling over in the background. Just bear with us. Do you still have the box of model buses for the mailbag? Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, we can search those out.
Yeah.
Definitely, I know where they are.
Don't worry about Steve. I think I've got rid of Steve. I hope so. Where are we?
Thank you, guys. You're always very supportive and protective.
What's the most confusing car to drive? The most confusing car I've ever driven is the Ford Model T, where all the pedals do something completely opposite to what you expect, and the throttle's on the steering wheel. Very, very strange things.
Which of the fleet is currently the muckiest, and which one would you ask me to detail? Now I know you're very, very particular about this.
Miss Daisy is probably the biggest contender for that, because she is the nicest, lowest mileage car. And probably the muckiest at the moment as well, because can't clean this since we did that rally last year. We've had real problems. We've got no water up at the unit, can't clean at home, and all the jet washers with the big freeze went out of action. So cleaning cars, yeah.
Would you do a review on a PLP 50? Yeah,
we'd love to do.
What are your thoughts on the new Berlingo? Now, Daniel, you have a Berlingo, don't you?
They're enormous.
They are enormous.
Yeah, and they're now available as a Vauxhall. Or Opel, depending on where you are.
But if the concept is as it was with the M49 and whatnot, then great stuff.
Well, it's just going to be that, but much more modern, isn't it? They still seem very boxy and practical.
Yeah.
A proper shaped estate car.
Be honest, have you looked and been tempted to buy another car this week? Yes. But that's an ongoing constant.
Yeah, but I don't think I've been too tempted, have I?
I think I probably was
I'm
more by
trying not
having
to
another
look.
charade, but then we realised it was on the Isle of Wight.
James French, have you driven a V4 Transit? Yeah, back in my Classic Car Weekly days, I drove a V4 Transit ambulance. And that was just after, this is back in 2007, just after I'd done the H-Van to Sweden trip. And it was an absolute revelation because it was just so joyous to drive. So, yeah, I do like Transit. Sorry, Titchy's now dancing around in the background. Here, dancing around on the floor. Oh, quite handy as a mobility vehicle, I can well imagine.
This is sad saying I've seen 2 Sirians in the last week in London. Neither were ULEZ compliant, so they'll probably be dead. Or hopefully they make it out.
Yeah, well, at least one has. Is the 2005 E-Class not HubNut enough for review? I think they are. Probably. I'm trying to think what generation of E-Class that is. Because there's one generation that's known for its rust, primarily. Yeah. I'll definitely not rule it out. I mean, 2005 is not like 5 years ago anymore, is it?
No,
That's
it's
a long
not.
time.
It's not now.
Yeah.
Crikey. Why is the scratching sound?
Yeah.
That's Titch walking across the floor.
Yeah, she's not a huge fan of us trimming her claws. So
No,
we get them when we can, but it's a constant battle of trying not to get bitten.
Yeah.
And it's a laminate floor, so yeah, all the noise. House hunting's given up on for now entirely.
That's why we're kind of focused on making this as nice as possible while we're living here.
We find out what's causing the rough running on Bella. Sadly, not yet. Have some plans, some things to try. So we'll get on with that. Need to test a Hillman Hunter. I do not disagree with you at all. So yeah. Where are we? Oh, Mark III Bilingo. Yeah, handy carry all 25,000 miles
without a wobble.
Yeah.
They're great. They really are good.
But I think we may have to wind things up, folks, because the dogs seem to both be getting restless at the moment. So yeah, I think we're going to wind that up. So huge thanks to anyone who has contributed financially in this one. That was very good of you. A slightly late Merry Christmas to all of you, and a very happy New Year. Should we try the Welsh? Nadolig llawen. A blwyddyn diwethaf. Hey!
Well, look at you.
I'm learning, slowly learning the Welsh.
Thank you very much for all your support in 2023. Thank you for your support in this chat. Thank you for your support on all the social media. We are very, very, very grateful for all that you do to support us. Yeah,
stories online, but we're not processing orders till next week, just so we can try and make a bit of headway with other things. But yeah, 3rd of January we'll be back in action on the store as well. So yeah,
so
thank you very much.
We're working tomorrow.
And thank you for your questions. Thank you to the channel members and patrons for their continued support. Yeah, you really do help keep all this stuff coming. Yeah, and I'm loving the comments. I'll probably come back and look at some of these comments about how to better weatherproof unit. Yeah. We definitely need to do something.
Obviously, his current solution is buy the fiance a new coat so that she's warm.
Sorted. Problem sorted.
It's
yeah.
the same.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure it's the weather that's stopping us getting up there so much. It's just time. So now things will be a bit quieter on the store. We will have more time to get up there and actually sort things out. So we've got plans for quite a lot of the cars. We need to crack on with it. So yeah, thank you very much. And we shall see you in a future live stream or video. Farewell.
Do we pursue this?
We can try and pursue, but I've got to try and press that button and then cancel something else. So
I'll frantically wait.
And I'll go